You can go all across America, and this is the coolest game you'll find. Moving 44 pounds of granite down a sheet of ice in a game of millimeters, it's a unique blend of strategy and sweat, and it's helped curling capture the imagination of sports fans throughout the nation. So it's only appropriate that for this season, we ride the rocking game's growing wave of popularity to the southeast, Raleigh, North Carolina, where America's best are back to take on the world in a four-nation round-robin tournament for the coveted American Cup. Tonight, it's draw 2, and the young mixed doubles duo of Corey Dropkin and Sarah Anderson are back in the house. But how will they deal with a determined Japanese team looking for early points? It's a question that will be answered tonight. Curling night in America. NBCSN proudly presents another edition of NBCSN Curling Night in America. Raleigh, North Carolina, called the City of Oaks by its founding fathers, and tons of oak trees still reside along many city streets. Downtown has been built up, and the Polar Iceplex has been built cold. The perfect host here in Raleigh for our season-long series. Our featured game tonight, mixed doubles, with the United States set to battle Team Japan. Hi again, Jason Knapp here. The Rocks are ready to roll again in Raleigh, and so are we for another edition of NBCSN Curling Night in America. Our season format, the same as in years past. 4 nations on hand. This year, Scotland, Japan, Italy, and the United States, with 3 teams, men's, women's, and mixed doubles play. Each division will crown an overall champion, and the overall top nation brings home the American Cup. Glad to have Pete Fenson, 8-time U.S. national champ, 2006 Olympic bronze medalist alongside. Pete, we'll see the U.S. mixed doubles team, Corey Dropkin, Sarah Anderson tonight. They've got a couple of U.S. national titles in mixed doubles to their credit. They had a tremendous campaign last year, ended up finishing strong with a bronze medal at the Curling World Cup Grand Final in China.
And as we've seen before, this is a very strong, very dynamic mixed doubles team. They get along great, they have great chemistry, and they make a lot of shots.
Yeah, they certainly do. Tonight, the opponent for the U.S. pair is a duo from Japan. And like a lot of countries that are catching curling fever worldwide, mixed doubles is a great way to do it. It's fun, fast-paced, and a lot of furious action.
Yeah, and in the past we've seen tons of rocks in play, lots of play towards the middle. I think now teams are starting to try and figure out a way to combat that just a little bit and make the game a little bit simpler. So it will be interesting to see if there are any changes.
Yeah, unexpected things could happen in mixed doubles here for the U.S. and Japan. Before we get to the action, let's check in with our Tanith White.
The sport of mixed doubles curling has absolutely taken off in recent years and is still growing thanks in large part to its inclusion now at the Olympic Games, of course, making its debut in Pyeongchang in 2018. And although the idea of having another path to the Games is certainly appealing to all curlers, including this American duo of Sarah Anderson and Corey Dropkin, when I spoke to them, they said their main motivation for playing the game of mixed doubles curling is simply love of the game. I spoke to Corey. He told me, it takes me back to the essence of what I feel curling is. It reminds him of when he followed his big brother to the curling rink and hopped on an adjacent sheet, just started throwing stones by himself and popping up to sweep them. He said it's that feeling of pure joy and freedom which made him fall in love with the game, and it's a game right now that they told me they're both very grateful to be playing together.
And together, they usually play pretty well. The U.S. will be throwing yellow rocks, red stones here for Team Japan. And Pete, you saw those pre-placed stones here in mixed doubles. 1 rock of each team placed at the other end. And the teams here will throw 5 rocks in each end, so 6 rocks per team per end essentially in play.
And those rocks are pre-placed, are often determined their placement by the officials based on curl. Especially the guard, you can see it placed pretty tightly to the rings here.
And the first throw from Team Japan, just grazing that U.S. rock, which starts in a scoring spot in the house.
Which turn?
So here in mixed, one player throws rocks first and last. The other player will throw the middle 3 for the U.S.
No, I
It'll be Sarah Anderson leading off from Broomall, PA, just outside of Philadelphia. World Junior silver medalist in 2016, and the 2 U.S. mixed doubles national titles with her partner Corey Dropkin.
Lots of room.
Okay, I can wait a little bit.
Lots of room.
Okay, I gotta go.
Only
These
wait.
lineups are allowed to be altered during the course of the game, but
Okay.
Corey and Sarah typically
Go.
play every game in this order.
Go, go,
Sarah
go,
throws
go,
the
go.
first
Come
and the
on,
last.
Corey,
Corey
yeah.
throws the middle 3 and sweeps them all.
Good sweep.
Great wait.
You like having the sweeping power of Corey Dropkin, who's become a top flight sweeper. Japan thinking about what's to come as we're underway on this edition of NBCSN Curling Night in America. NBCSN Curling Night in America is being brought to you by TeamUSAShop.com, where every purchase helps support your Team USA athletes. By the World Curling Federation, proud supporter of curling everywhere. By the 20,000 plus members of USA Curling. And by Toyota, going places. Opening end of mixed doubles curling here on NBCSN Curling Night in America. A couple of yellow stones for the U.S. in a counting spot right now. Kota Onodera, the male player for this Japanese mixed team. His sister Kao played in a couple of world championships and was a 2014 Olympian with the Japanese women's team. Just nicked that guard out front, Pete.
It's a little light out of hand. That rock over curls.
I like that. Even a freeze is okay too.
So as the U.S. plots its strategy, time for us to meet Team Japan.
Shiori Fujisawa, Tokyo, Japan.
Kota Onodera, Tokyo, Japan.
Corey Dropkin will play the middle 3 stones in an end for this U.S. pair. Originally from Southborough, Massachusetts, now setting up shop in Minnesota, went to college at University of Minnesota Duluth.
Where is it?
And Pete, as you touched on, not only will he sweep his partner Sarah Anderson's rocks, he'll get up, pop up, like a lot of players in mixed, and do the sweeping chores for his own.
Teams will do this in a variety of ways, but this works well for them.
Keep it going, go, 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 go.
See Sarah calling line.
Sorry, Sarah. Good line call.
14-6.
Okay.
So the U.S. complicating things here for Team Japan in this opening end. Japanese thinking about what to play next while we meet Team USA.
Sarah Anderson, Broomall, Pennsylvania.
Corey Dropkin, Southborough, Massachusetts.
Onodera, his next for the Japanese. Pete just trying to clear some things out here with the U.S. with a handful of rocks in the house.
Onodera can see a good chunk of that top Yellowstone. He's trying to make a double on those American stones, but a little thin on contact on the first one.
We're 1 and 2 here.
Okay.
Light's okay.
Okay. Let's make it.
I'm just gonna give you 2
I think the
inches
same
less.
weight will be okay if I continue on it.
Yep.
The first call here is out turn right into the top of the button to lie 3. Heard Sarah tell Corey the pro side is short. Guard the pair they have currently.
Line's good.
Top 12, top 8.
Okay, go ahead.
Top 8.
Okay. It's a tighter path.
How's line?
Line's good. Line's good. Whoa.
Top
whoa.
4.
Whoa.
Top 4.
Whoa, whoa. Okay, yep. Curl. No bump, no bump, no bump.
No bump. Sit.
Nice shot.
Pretty nicely judged there by Corey. Rock goes another, probably a foot too far. Still lie 3.
Solid touch for the American pair.
バックラインとかでさ、押してもいいよね。押してもいいな。
Fujisawa, we mentioned her partner Onodera has a sister that's played at the World Championship level and in the Olympics. Her sister has done okay in the sport. Satsuki is the skip of the top Japanese women's team, world silver medalist in 2016, and Olympic bronze medalist from Pyeongchang. This shot from Onodera kind of hanging wide.
A little heavy. Heavy always means it's going to undercurl.
Same thing?
Yeah, right on top. Again,
Okay.
light's fine here.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you the same ice.
Team USA in pretty good shape now. That Japanese stone sliding to the back of the house. Corey's got another chance with the out turn to come into the 4-foot.
Pretty close to the same.
Okay, line's good.
Top 8.
Have some room.
Weights.
Whoa,
I love
whoa.
the weight.
Whoa! Whoa, whoa,
Okay,
whoa.
you got it.
Needs a curl.
It'll come.
Needs a curl. Line's close. Still needs a curl. Nice shot.
There we go, perfect. See that middle yellow now on the side of the buttons. Pretty well in jail.
Really good. 14-2. It's speeding up on that line.
4 yellow U.S. stones inside the 4-foot circle.
Trouble here for the Japanese. That red rock in the top corner of the 12-foot is choking off any in-turn draw they may have to the button.
で3までだねそれだと。
Gotta get some yellow rocks moving around here.
Not even sweeping.
So they're angling this.
You can probably get rid of 3.
Playing
That,
this.
that 5's in jail for.
Corey Dropkin already in a full lather here in the opening end. Working hard to help the U.S. put the pressure squarely on Japan, and Fujisawa with her last. The Americans still have a rock to play. What do you do here, Pete, considering it's the opening end to try to limit this damage?
Just angling this red rock into the pile. Trying to kill as many American stones as they can.
Never want to really hit and hope in the opening end, but that's kind of the play for Japan, and that's a hit and miss. And wow, now the U.S. could potentially open this for
Even
5.
if we tap this one's tapping this ahead.
Looks just like a draw for 5.
Let's just make it good.
I think if they draw to the one just delivered by Corey, should be good enough.
Where are you? You had mid, right?
Yeah, you're holding broom, but
Yeah,
I think
you
you had me like right here,
Yeah, I'm gonna.
like just outside of mid.
And I was waiting for it to curl the whole time, so.
Again, Pete, they're
I'm gonna
talking
be a little
about
tighter.
how to line things
good.
up. Again,
Nice
with
and
only
fast,
2
like 45
players
per
as opposed to the 4 in a traditional game. You don't have somebody holding the broom at the other end, so they're trying to find the right target for Sarah Anderson to lock in to add to the scoring stones that are already in the house.
Yeah, the benefit here is Sarah did hold the
Weight's
broom
perfect.
for the last 3 shots,
Straight.
so she did get a good look at these rocks coming down the sheet.
Okay, right to the nose of that right
straight.
one.
Whoa!
Gotta
Yes,
go.
go, 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 go! Hard!
The U.S.
Hard,
trying to
go, go, go,
supersize
go,
their
go,
opening
get it.
end.
Get it!
On target, but not
It's a great throw.
bumping things enough. Still, a score of 4 will work quite nicely to begin for Team USA on curling night tonight. Well, anyone who's spent some time with us in NBCSN Curling Night in America has seen firsthand how important chemistry is to good curling. And with only one teammate to rely on, that counts double in mixed doubles.
Corey.
Anyone who's watched the USA's mixed
Out-turn.
pair of Sarah Anderson and Corey Dropkin
Out-turn
for a
back.
couple events can see how well they work together. But where does that chemistry come from? Tanith White helps us find out.
All right, I'm here with 2 of the most magnetic personalities in curling, the mixed doubles duo of Sarah Anderson and Corey Dropkin. Now, you guys have known each other for a very long time. I feel like you should be interviewing each other at this point, but we're going to take it all the way back to your first meeting. Can you remember that first impression of one another?
Yeah, I remember, we met each other when we were, I think it was like 10 years old, and I was back home in Massachusetts, and we
At
had
a
this,
curling club.
Yeah, we were at this event at the Broomstones Curling Club, and I just remember these 2 identical twins walking into the front door.
He asked me to dance later on that weekend. I said no.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we did end up dating in high school for 3 years. But yeah, when we started dating, we also started playing mixed doubles together.
We decided it was just, we'd do it for fun and for practice. And I remember that year, I think it was 2015, and the Nationals were in Eau Claire, and we ended up winning it, and we weren't even sure if we could get the time off from school to go, and we decided, well, we might as well. It's a great experience, and so we did, and it all worked out pretty well.
What is it about this dynamic that you think makes it both compelling and entertaining? Because you're fiery out there.
I think it's because we are very straight with each other when we communicate, and the crowd being right next to us can hear that.
A little more than I wanted to.
Okay. Go. Come on, Corey. Yep. Hard. Good sweep.
Great weight.
And so I think they like being able to hear our strategy and about our shots, and also us making fun of each other. So.
Yeah, we have got a very good relationship on the ice, and it is so much better than when we used to date. So, much better teammates now that we're great friends than we were when we were dating.
Well, in whatever combination, you two obviously are a great fit together. So much fun to watch. We appreciate your time. We're excited to see you continue on this journey.
This pair known each other a long time, and it's paid off with some wonderful performances. Pair of U.S. national titles, a couple of trips to the World Championships, and so far in this game, a 4-0 lead against Team Japan. Sarah Anderson and her twin sister both engaged in this sport. Her sister Taylor playing lead for Jamie Sinclair's team this season.
Line's really good.
Sarah was part of that squad a year ago.
Keep it going.
Now focused in on
Yep. Go.
mixed doubles here with Dropkin.
Good sweep.
It's a
We'll
nice
see
start,
Taylor
Sarah.
Anderson and Jamie Sinclair's team coming in the next episode of NBCSN Curling Night in America.
Didn't look.
Sarah trying to get that first one frozen. That Japanese stone in the back of the forefoot.
Fujisawa with the opening rock for Team Japan here. Mixed doubles, Pete, 4-0 lead. Not too hard to overcome in this crazy format where so many rocks are in play.
All right, definitely not the same as a 4-person game. Mixed doubles, we see lots of rocks in the forefoot in the middle of the sheet.
Okay, let's go straight free.
And oftentimes big swings on the scoreboard as well.
Dropkin ready to fire. He's a 3-time U.S. junior national champion in the 4-player game, world junior silver medalist, 2-time USA curling male athlete of the year.
Have some room. Line, room.
Top 8, top 4.
Only weight. Needs to curl. 13-9.
Corey trying to sneak this past the one just delivered by Sarah on the other side of the sheet. She came in with the out turn. Pretty nice draw again there by Corey.
13-9. So it's already a little slower than LSD.
Yeah.
結構見えてないよ。
Confirm.
And again in this session,
だったら前の方がいいんじゃないかな。
early in the second end, Corey is toweling himself down here.
You can just see how much work it is for Corey to throw 3, sweep 5, jump up, chase your own rock down the sheet.
And that's for a guy in his mid-20s who is as fit as they come. Peeling away the guard is Onodera and Japan.
I don't mind making them play the
I
touch
like
shot.
eliminated one.
What's up?
I like hitting.
Okay, I just don't want our yellow coming off the middle red.
Control then.
Okay, whatever you like.
You like this ice?
Should be okay. Even if we roll to the side, it's okay too.
Hearing these two work through their process, Pete, heard from them a little bit earlier about their relationship together, how long they've known each other. And something Corey said really struck me. We both know what we want from each other. We also know what we don't want from each other in communication.
Yeah, and that's always really important on a curling team, 4-person as well as mixed doubles. Just being able to say the right things to your teammates and in turn not say some things. So that takes time.
Both pretty positive and trusting of one another here on the ice. Japan's turn now.
Pretty good result there for Corey. You see they rolled a shooter under cover to the button. See, it's lined up onto the Japanese stone in the back of the forefoot now. That might have been the audible. I think they were trying to run that top yellow into the one on the button.
What do you think?
They managed to
You need to hit as much
wiggle
as
that
you
shooter
can
up into
see.
the button for shot rock.
I've got a third.
Okay, picking it's fine.
You got it.
Throw up. Firm to peel.
Peel.
Okay, I'm gonna give you ice for tolerance on this.
Here, last.
Corey throwing the
think it's gonna
in-turn
move here.
hard.
Yeah, you got
Just
it.
trying to pick shot rock out of there.
Yep. Yep.
Up quickly, chasing after this one, thrown with plenty of pace.
Yes.
Close.
Chance it could have made the double there, but
Sorry.
they had to be safe
call.
and not
Good job.
make contact with those yellows.
That was a nice clean throw.
Thanks.
So clean throw,
Nice to have
clean
one of those
pick
every now
of
and then.
one out for the Americans. Team USA does lie one here.
You like that call?
Yeah, I like the call.
Looks like there's probably a double available here
Double run.
for Onodera with the
同じターン
outturn.
でいこう。同じターン使う？ちょっと狭めて。さっきターン緩かったから。
Onodera got a little bit different grasp, just holding on with the fingertips and the back end of the handle there.
Yeah, a little interesting. He barely has contact with the handle. That one over curling.
Ooh, I think either normal or firm.
I was thinking firm just because it's a little fresh out here, I think.
You think this much ice?
Okay, a little.
Like firm right here?
If they hit this on the high side, it was an opportunity to make a double. This one crosses the face. See, actually killing their own stone in the back.
I mean, like a couple inches off of nose and, or no, off of the rock and throw good
like
firm.
Sarah Anderson with the last stone for Team USA here in this second end.
Sarah needs to make contact here to force Japan to take one.
Whoa. Whoa.
Okay. It's a good throw, Sarah.
Gets
Good
the job done.
Does the job. How'd it go? What'd you see?
Oh, I just flicked it out.
Okay.
Doing what they could, and now here's the final toss for Japan. And normally, Pete, this would be take out the U.S. rock, blank the end, and keep the hammer, but not mixed.
Mixed doubles, if you blank the end, the hammer turns over. So Japan now forced to take a single point.
Clean. Yep. Yep. Clean. Yep.
Fujisawa
Yep.
looking to execute.
Yep. Hi. Yeah. Nice. Good shot.
The hit for one is there, but the U.S. able to limit Team Japan, and the Americans get the hammer back with a 4-1 lead to the third. The U.S. 4 in the first, and still holding on to a solid lead here of 3 as we enter N3. Mixed doubles, our showcase game tonight on NBCSN Curling Night in America. Jason App alongside 8-time U.S. national champion, Olympic bronze medalist Pete Benson. Those preset stones there. First from Fujisawa and Team Japan, curling around that red guard to the top of the 12-foot.
Yes. That was great weight.
Let's do that.
They're attempting to make
If
the
anything,
freeze
it
as
could've slowed
we
down
see
like a
normally to
half
start
foot,
these ends
but-
off.
You give it a little bit.
Yeah, add it a little.
Okay. Top.
Yep.
Top
keep,
8.
Keep it going. Line's great.
Sarah now with the outturn trying to get this around to the top of the 4-foot.
Line's great. Yep, bring it right there. Come on. Go, go, go.
I don't know if I want to.
Okay.
I don't know if I want to. Great shot.
Just grazing the top of the button.
Great job.
Good weight.
Crowd likes it. Corey likes it.
Well judged there by Corey to not sweep that down to the tee line. See now if Japan makes a freeze on that top rock, it would only be for third shot.
ティラインちょっとないかも。
ラインを待つよ。ラインを。ラインよ。曲がりを待つよ、もうちょい。
Tapping that back isn't actually the worst result to move that American stone behind the tee line.
Normal.
Open things up just a little.
Okay.
Corey Dropkin settling into his pre-shot routine. He shoots middle rocks for this group, shoots last rocks for his 4-player team in the U.S. High Performance System. Essentially, same team that won World Junior Silver together in 2016.
Almost to nose. That's fine.
Sorry, Sarah.
No. That's good.
Bad slide.
10-6.
Yeah,
Hear him
just
talking
a little
about
off the slide, and I really
didn't have a
wanted
good
to do
slide,
No,
and
yeah, you're good.
ultimately the result, not good either.
ヒットロールじゃ
Not
ダ
as good
メ
as they would have liked. They're trying to roll that towards the center line into
ヒ
the
ットロ
top
ー
of
ル
the
じゃ間に合わない
4-foot.
かあれヒットロールじゃ
高いんだよね。
あ
高いんだ。
あーそっ
See
か
now there's a path into the button on both sides of the sheet.
10フィートくらいでいいかな今なら
3.6、3.7。上といいよ。ちょっと早い
See
け
if
ど。
Onodera
あの
can
黄色い
find
チップインみ
that
たいなイメージで
open spot and nestle one in there for Team Japan.
まだまだウォーウォー
Lots of room to curl here, trying to come off that Yellowstone now.
Tricky.
They might have spun that in for shot rock.
You like the, yeah, triples there, isn't it? Maybe not.
Just off nose here.
Okay, let's make that double.
Yeah, just off nose.
Okay.
Yeah, right here, I think.
Sarah's lined up this triple on the reds. Corey will be throwing this out turn hard, trying to catch the first one a little high of the nose.
Yep. Hard.
Shoot.
Nice shot.
A lot of stuff moving there for Team USA and removing those reds.
Great shot.
Corey thought he missed it right at the end.
Sweet.
Great shot there by Corey Dropkin.
Oh, ye of little faith. It did work out.
Cleanly through the hole. Keep in mind to jump up and sweep a rock that's moving that fast. Takes a little bit of athleticism. He has to get up and chase that rock down the sheet.
A lot of multitasking going on in mixed doubles. Odedera now.
Odedera playing the hit and roll into that pocket. Nicely made there. See Frozen right on that US stone.
Okay.
Just make sure we get a point here.
Japanese taking advantage of those 2 US stones in the back part of the forefoot.
Using them as a bumper to lock one on.
Mine's good.
And it's
Yeah,
the
I like
one
the
that
weight.
counts for the moment.
Maybe a hair
Next
hot.
for Dropkin
Okay.
and Team USA.
Lots of room right now.
Okay.
Got a little room to make this outturn freeze.
Lots
Weight's
of room.
nice.
Needs to curl.
Gotta come down just a half a foot.
13.5.
Just a
13.5.
half a foot.
Bring it.
Shit. Maybe like 3 feet, 4 feet.
Pro side here is probably
Oh,
top
sorry,
of the
Sarah.
forefoot because it would choke that side of the sheet.
Shoot.
So one of the aspects of mixed doubles that needs to be managed that isn't necessarily easy, as we see Corey throw, jump up and sweep all those shots.
This.
He just got
We
done
got it
chasing
going
a
up.
peel weight shot down the ice. Then he had to settle down in the hack and try and throw a draw. So something that definitely needs to be managed throughout the course of a game is settling yourself down and being able to slow down to throw those draws.
They don't have archers run down to the other side of the range and chase their arrow and then come back and shoot another one on target. It's the challenge for curlers in this format to keep the heart rate down. Can Japan keep things focused enough here to make the U.S. pay?
Japan here also trying to throw the outturn around to the top of the button.
Yeah, let's draw. Let's make sure we get our one.
It's overswept and heavy right out the
Is
back.
outturn right?
Oh, yeah. I got a
Like-
13.5 in yours. I think we're looking for a 14.
Okay. Yeah, my bad. Shoot.
Corey's still a little frustrated
Seems like it's a pretty quick spot here.
from what
Sorry?
transpired
Seems like
last
a pretty
shot.
quick spot.
Yeah.
Now
I
Sarah
think
Anderson talking about
14.5 is pretty good sweeping weight.
quickness in
Probably
this
give it a
area of the
4,
sheet.
I think.
Yeah.
Always communicating the speed.
Should be pretty close.
These pads
404.05.
have a tendency to change speed as the game goes on.
Final rock here in N3.
Line's good.
Okay. I like the weight. Might be a hair hot right now.
Line's good. Line's good. Line's good.
No, sit.
Sit.
Sit. Sit. Oh.
And it doesn't
Good
sit
shot, Sarah.
enough. That red one a wee
One
bit
red.
closer. That means a steal of 1 for Japan and the U.S. lead down to 2 after 3.
Nice guy there.
4-2, the U.S. opening in 4-point advantage. Getting sliced down bit by bit. Japan forced to 1 in the second, stealing 1 in the third. U.S. will have the hammer here in N4, nearing the midway point of our 8N game tonight. And these teams trying to earn points for themselves in the mixed double standings and for their nations in the overall chase for the season-long prize, the American Cup.
Outturn or intern?
It's an interesting point here.
Lydia.
Okay.
That outturn draw
Yep.
to start this end is on the other
I think
side
it's
of the
gonna be like
sheet
2
than
feet
was
slower
played
maybe. So
in
that
the
same
third
weight's
end.
probably pretty perfect.
And you'd heard me mention earlier about how these pads can change speed. And in mixed doubles,
Added.
it does seem to
97.
happen that if a
Okay.
side's
Maybe a little
not
hot.
played, there's
All
less
right.
foot traffic because there's half as
Looks
many players
okay.
on the ice.
Okay.
And it's just something that
Go
needs to be
ahead.
monitored.
Line, yep.
That's good.
Sweep. I think I got on a tighter path there. I just kind of, with my release, is just kind of ugly.
To the top of the 12-foot,
it.
even with what Sarah Anderson described as an ugly release.
10 フィート
And Pete, kind of making adjustments as you go throughout the game, kind of tinkering with your release point and how you're going to slide, all kind of factoring in with how the ice is playing.
Absolutely, and you know, the curling release is a little bit like the golf swing. You're always trying to make an adjustment, remembering which ones you threw really well, and then also trying to adjust to the ice, and the ice changes.
Yes, 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 yes. 2の1まで
Couple of grazes of rocks there for that red one. On the way inside that yellow in the top of the 8-foot.
Yeah, or this. Let's
I
go
don't
around.
mind either.
Nice top 4. You got it.
Sarah suggesting possibly the out-turn hit and roll away, but that just opens up that draw path again.
Here's Corey Dropkin.
Line's good.
Talk about these players making adjustments and understanding what the
Top
ice
12.
is doing,
Yep.
how the rocks are
Hard.
feeling out of hand.
Keep it going to rub off the yellow. Keep it going.
You look
Go,
at
go,
the
go, go, Corey. You got it.
force
Come on.
there.
Hard. Hard. Come on.
Sweeping
go,
duties
go,
here
go,
for
go,
Dropkin.
Go, go. Little rub.
Hold on. It's not bad, actually.
But
Sorry
Pete,
about that.
if you're all these players in this game, you've warmed up ahead of time in practice on the ice,
Yeah.
but the ice conditions are
14-4
changing.
on that.
How much trust does there have to be in that release point to make those subtle adjustments with your shot as the ice conditions continue to evolve?
Yeah, the first and probably primary thing that these players have to do is go to their home practice ice and perfect their deliveries, their slides, and their releases, and develop some consistency so when they get in a situation like this and the ice starts to change, they can make those subtle adjustments.
Onodera ready to leave from the hack, and his slide.
Hands good.
バックライン
ちょっと速そう。
バックライン
What's the shot play here for the Japanese?
Onodera with the out-turn here,
Cross, cross. 近いよ。
trying to give their own rock a little tap into the forefoot.
Okay.
Now they get shot rock out of it.
3.5. I was thinking we tap these around, push this one here, this one rolls off, and then our shooter will be here.
I'm okay with that as long as we're okay not getting shot right now.
Yeah. Or, I mean, we go for this, and if you wreck on that, the same outcome.
I'm okay with that. Up to you. They're
Yeah.
gonna have the same shot, so up to you.
Yeah, let's go for this. I'll play you tight, though.
Back line.
I'd love back line.
Okay, if anything, a little hot, right? Or
You like this ice? A little less, maybe?
Corey's
okay.
chasing that red rock with the in-turn. Real soft, backline weight. If he makes contact with the yellow rocks, that's not the worst outcome as they'll loosen up that stagger that's there right now.
Nice release.
back line.
Okay, whoa, whoa! Whoa!
Weight's nice.
Whoa! Close! Whoa! Curl! 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 Go, 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 go!
I got this.
Go, 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 go! Nice job.
Nicely done. They're able to tap it out and lie three.
幅一緒で
Great call.
12-5.
Fine play from Team USA as Japan works on coming up with the appropriate counterplay.
Onodera coming back with another out-turn tap that he just played. Just take a couple of feet of weight off.
Hands again. Please.
ちょっとないくらいあいいよバックライン
Yep.
Onodera
バックライン
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
going to try to improve the picture for the Japanese.
Tap, 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 tap,
maybe a touch heavy. The U.S. line one. We'll get to the end of this end in a moment. Other action in this latest draw, including Jamie Sinclair and the United States women facing Team Italy. And the Italians with the last shot here in this end. Front end just escorting this. Open draw for two, and that'll work to level things against Team USA at this point. Sarah Anderson, part of Team Sinclair, serving as the alternate currently. Sinclair's team with Sarah Anderson going to the World Championships last year, finishing just out of the playoffs. Corey Dropkin was at the Men's World Championships last year as the alternate for John Schuster's team, getting some data to help the team and soaking up the atmosphere. His first senior level World Championship appearance in men's action, got some ice time to fill in a game for John Landsteiner. Another growth experience for this young American.
Oh no, that's not
Trying to
good.
rattle those yellows around and bust up that stagger, but that rock over curls slightly. Trying to make contact on the nose or even a little bit on the high side.
Doesn't look like he ever cheats himself on the sweep,
Not
Pete.
good.
He is fully invested
Gets a little
with
bit
that broom
inside.
to the ice.
Yeah, he has to be a little bit careful. He's in such good shape that he never tires. So over sweeping can sometimes be a bit of an issue.
See how that factors here as we roll deeper and deeper into our 8-end game in this session. Fujisawa now with the last for Team Japan here in the fourth, and one to come for Sarah Anderson and Team USA.
Green. Oh. 直接行くわ。Yes。あ、もう遅いわ。もうクリーンクリーンクリーンクリーンクリーンクリーン。Whoa. Yes.
That right there is a big reason why Corey was trying to break up that stagger and leave all their rocks exposed in the open.
Put a couple on the board.
Japanese make that
We've already
tap
got
in.
one, so.
Yeah, because if we try to draw a
Really
good
hard
goal,
to
we just
remove
have
now.
Yeah, where are you thinking for ice? I think similar to my second one.
Yeah, mid-12 then.
Would love
Right
to
here.
have
Yep.
gotten a little more curl out of the shooter, actually tapped their own in for shot rock. But now left Sarah a chance to make this angle tap into the 4-foot for two.
I want to hit a quarter of it, right?
Yeah, I mean, as long as we hit a little piece of it, we're gonna be shot.
Okay.
It's gonna be hard to hit it all the way through, so. You got it. Speed's nice here.
Last for Sarah Anderson.
How's ice?
U.S. tried to get a pair.
Stay there with all light.
Okay, yep.
Already one waiting and looking for another to add to it.
Hard, Corey, yes, hard, you got it. Hard, come on, go.
It's got to go for distance.
One yellow.
Too light, and the U.S. missing a chance for a deuce. They'll take one and stretch the lead to 5-2 at the halfway point on Curling Night. Welcome back to Raleigh, North Carolina, and NBCSN Curling Night in America, presented by the Olympic Channel, home of Team USA. Mixed doubles, the featured game tonight, and the United States currently in a battle with Japan with the upper hand. Right now, other scores in this draw, women's action, the Japanese leading the Scots 4-2. Jamie Sinclair and Team USA on top of Italy 4-2 as well. And in mixed doubles, the Italian team leading Scotland in that matchup. Jason Knapp here with Pete Fenson. A look back, Pete, at our primary game. Sarah Anderson, Corey Dropkin starting big in the opening end.
Yeah, Sarah did have a draw for 5 here. Just a little light. Had to settle for a 4 spot.
Japan, remember, you have to score. You're going to lose the hammer either way, and they're forced to take 1.
Japan elects to play the open hit here, successfully makes it 4-1.
The United States with hammer again in the 3rd.
Another out-turn draw for Sarah. This one bruised a little bit by Corey. Got a little bit overzealous with the sweep, just a couple of inches heavy.
So Japan able to steal a point. The U.S. gets the hammer right back in the 4th, and this time they're able to score, but not as many as they'd like.
Here's a little in-turn tap attempt by Sarah on a fresh spot in the sheet. She comes up just a little short.
So the U.S. up 3. Tanith is with Corey Dropkin.
All right, Corey, got things off to a great start. A little bit of frustration there towards that last end, but how do you feel overall the first half of this game has gone?
We're feeling pretty comfortable out here. We like where our draw weight's at, and so we just had a couple times that we haven't quite capitalized in the last few ends, but we came out strong and we've been playing pretty well.
Now, obviously, a 3-point lead at the time being, but in a game where there's an opportunity for some high-scoring ends, we haven't seen the power plays yet. I have to imagine you can never get too comfortable at any point during a mixed doubles match.
No, you're never comfortable in a mixed doubles game. We're just going to keep applying the pressure and making shots and kind of, see how the game unfolds from there.
All right, good luck.
Thank you very much.
Tanith thanks. Dropkin and Anderson hoping to persevere and protect their 3-point lead down the stretch here on Curling Night in America. More and more, we've seen fitness become a priority for these athletes, especially in a mixed doubles game, and we've certainly seen this American duo exert themselves in the first half. As some of the key members of the USA Curling High Performance Program told us, curling is a lot more demanding than it may look on the surface.
We don't look at the gold medal in 2018 as an anomaly. We look at that as our starting point.
Whether it's football or curling, there's a certain level of conditioning that you need to have to be the best at what you do. If they're not well prepared with their strength and conditioning, that's going to affect their overall performance. So what we're trying to do is make that performance more consistent and with more predictable outcomes.
You have all these curlers that really emphasizing fitness in the sport, and all I can tell you all who don't think it's an active sport is I'm sweating every rock after I'm sweeping, and man, it's a workout.
Once I started training on the ice, I just felt like a lot more stability, both in my slide and even just being out there. I felt that my presence even increased. People even take you a little bit more seriously, and once I threw that fitness piece in, I was able to lead by example, also in the sweeping and that kind of areas with my team, not just, in the strategy and gameplay when on this.
Sweeping, you're using a lot of your upper body, a lot of your chest and your back and your triceps. So we really train those a lot. Legs are important for throwing leg drive and balance.
It takes practice, it takes a lot of endurance, a lot of strength, and it's definitely probably one of the biggest underestimated things within the sport.
The game is going to be constantly changing, and in order for us to keep up worldwide, we've got to continue to get better. We've got to beat the teams to it, with facilities like this, and having everybody in once, being able to work out together, be able to practice together, we're just going to be that much better.
So Team USA priding itself on being fit, and right now this U.S. team in front, 5-2 the lead as we start the second half of this game. Sarah Anderson maybe a little bit under her normal shooting percentage here in mixed. First throw for the United States in N5.
Over curling.
Team USA now trying to defend the power play with a 3-point lead.
Those preset rocks, one time during a game, a team can opt when it has hammer to move those rocks to the side of the sheet, Pete, to induce some more things to the center of the sheet.
Try and open things up a little bit, give themselves a chance to score. Here, Japan trailing by 3. This is a great time for them to try and even the matchup.
Fujisawa, her first offering here in N5. And that bumps the U.S. rock into the 4-foot. The U.S. lying 1, up 3 with rocks in play in the 5th. The United States mixed doubles duo, Corey Dropkin, Sarah Anderson, a 5-2 lead against their Japanese foes, our featured game tonight on NBCSN Curling Night in America. Also in this draw, Jamie Sinclair and the United States women's team tied at 2 against Italy here in N4. Sinclair, Pete, with a draw for 3.
Yeah, she's forced to go way out into the glue here and try and draw the side of the forefoot. This rock just sort of stops on the front end, and they have to settle for 2.
So still the Americans with a 4-2 advantage at the break. You see an Anderson sweeping there, and if you're wondering, that looks intriguing. It looks a lot like the other Anderson, that is Taylor Anderson, Sarah Anderson's twin sister. Again, playing on an adjoining sheet with Team Sinclair. We'll see Taylor and the rest of Team Sinclair coming up in our next edition of NBCSN Curling Night in America in a featured game. The Anderson sisters grew up playing together in Broomall, PA, outside of Philadelphia. Corey Dropkin, Massachusetts native. As Tanith touched on at the top of the show, kind of followed his brother to Broomstones Curling Club in Wayland, Mass. That's how he fell in love with the game. Family ties, so connected in this sport. So Japan here, Pete, they've scored in 2 ends. One time they're forced to 1, able to get a theft of 1. What do they go about doing here with this power play now?
Well, the object of the power play here, Jason, is get the front opened up. Team USA now does have 2 rocks in the forefoot under cover, so Japan's got to figure out a way to get these rocks moved around a little bit. Take advantage of that corner guard.
Onodera up, working with his own throw. And right on target.
Pretty good shot there, just sneaking by that second shot rock belonging to Team USA.
Yeah. I like control.
Okay.
Corey Dropkin, Sarah Anderson, we mentioned 2 U.S. national mixed doubles titles together, 2015-2018. They finished 5th in the world in 2015, their maiden voyage to the Worlds.
Close. Yep.
Last year, Pete, it was John Schuster and Corey Christensen representing the United States at the Worlds in mixed doubles. They were able to bring home a world bronze. 48 nations, a record in that tournament on hand as Dropkin puts the U.S. in a spot where they're lying to.
It was quite the event. I was lucky enough to be there with Team USA and witness all those teams competing from different countries. Corey trying to hit and roll away here and spread those rocks out a little bit. Would love another foot of roll towards the outside of the rings.
Mixed doubles, such a great format for a lot of emerging countries in the sport. You only need 2 players to kind of have an opportunity. We saw Australia make it all the way through and have an opportunity to win a medal. Be a little different this coming time around for the mixed doubles Worlds. They've cut the field a little bit. The top 16 nations each year get invites back the following year, and then 4 teams will join them from a qualifying tournament from a 20-team field, just trying to lessen the gaggle of teams there at one event at the World Championships. Can get really complicated with ice time and everything along with that.
Yeah, it was an extremely large event with 48 teams, so I think probably an improvement to the system to shorten up the field a little bit.
How much?
Give me a 10.
Okay.
Last time was a 10-6.
Okay.
Corey trying to take a couple of feet off that last throw.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Get a little bit more movement out of the shooter.
Come on, baby, curl. Come on, love. You got to go on that one. Come on, keep going. Oh, shoot.
It's still overthrown a little bit. Probably a break now for the Japanese. That yellow rock that is shot rock belonging to Team USA is wide open through that little hole between the 2 guards.
I like the call. I wish we would have Stuck for a second.
ウェイトは
9ぐらい。これでいいかな。
U.S. lying first and third. And Japan trying to figure out a way to maximize its power play.
Looks like they actually have a chance now to come down and tap that shot stone back and possibly roll the shooter under the corner guard to lie two.
ちょっとタイト、ラインタイト。おー、やっ、ウェイトないの？何もいいよ。
ウェイトバックライン。
あ、バックラインなの、ウォー、ウォー、ウォー。
Great look at the angle that Japan is working with.
They lied too, but they were looking for a little bit more curl there possibly to get the shooter under cover.
I don't mind it. Just this.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, even this is really good.
Yeah.
Right? The nose hit.
You like the in turn, right?
Actually, kind of like nose best.
Which you like this turn, right?
Considering the options here, they could roll under the center guard.
Maybe talking.
Nose hit is pretty good. Maybe a little wiggle towards the outside
Because it's a new path inside
and
out.
use that red rock
Yeah.
as backing to
So you don't want to roll
Sarah,
on this?
make their
Let's
rock hard
give
to
it-
remove.
If we hit the outside and roll out, it's not the end of the world. Give it like an extra inch or two.
First order of business here is to get the shooter through that hole, make contact with the shot stone.
All right, here we go.
So, okay, plan A is to nose it, or do you want to
I really
roll
like
under?
nosing it, yeah.
Okay.
Nosing it to like an intro.
Intro
under
your
the-
way?
Yeah. Plan for nose.
Good chat there, so Sarah's clear on what she's trying to do.
Yep. Yep. Hard.
Not a good sign. Tight out of hand with as much movement as there is in the ice.
Hard.
Corey trying to get second shot out of that, but
Okay.
doesn't quite have
throw,
the
Sarah.
legs.
And sticking with the sweep after that rock ping-ponged off the two in front.
Ugh. Sorry, Corey.
He does do a good job of following the shooter here and trying to get as much out of this shot as he can.
But Japan now with an opportunity here to work its way back in against the United States. Fujisawa with the last rock here in the fifth.
Just needs to touch the 8 foot for a 3 spot.
Oh. Yep, 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 yep.
Nice. Thank you.
And they do put it into position to score 3.
Nice.
The U.S. was up 4 after 1, but now after 5, things are all square in Raleigh.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind just making two score two.
Corey Dropkin, Sarah Anderson watching a 4-point lead evaporate, all even against Japan through 5. Sixth end about to begin. The United States will have hammer here to work with as they try to retake the lead. And Pete, Fujisawa leading off for Japan. They did what they needed to do with power play to get back in this game.
Yeah, they made a few good shots there in that last end. Did get a miss out of Sarah on her last one, but capitalized. Got the game back to all square. And that's really what we talk about so often about mixed doubles, the swings and the highs and the lows. And Corey talked about it briefly, how you're just never comfortable. You always just have to keep the pedal down.
Either draw or tap.
They're back 4, right?
Yeah.
I don't mind the straight freeze, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay with that. Tap's okay.
Okay, and this way is a little slower.
Just slightly, yeah.
So you hear the U.S. working through. Sarah Anderson would like to play the freeze to begin.
Good ad.
Okay.
Good ad. Where is it?
Top 4.
Room.
Taking just a little bit more ice here for this draw because the rock she's freezing to is not on the center line.
Oh boy. Okay.
Just a couple feet heavy and giving that Japanese rock a little tap. The wreck would have been just fine, top 4 foot. It leaves Team USA with something that they can use.
Here's Onodera, and that fingertip release he's working with.
That is unique. Hard to control, I would think, at times. The rock, the handle of the rock, putting the turn on it.
Well, you forget, you would think a lot of times you use your fingertips with something delicate. A rock that weighs 40+ pounds doesn't feel like it's something delicate.
I mean, there's a fine line for sure in that, the perfect grip. You know, how many fingers, how far back on the handle. I mean, it's definitely something that the top players work on.
Give me back line.
It works for him. Right now, Japan trying to work all the way back to steal this win from the United States.
Little break there for Team USA as the shot by Onodera is a little heavy as well.
Has lots of room right now.
We were talking about grips. You see
like the weight.
Corey Dropkin's a little more deeper into the fingertips with more of them in play to kind of work with the handle.
Yeah, a little bit. He's still quite on the end of his fingertips, but compared to Onodera, he's got a pretty good grip on the handle. Teams are having a little tough time here with the ice. Everybody's a little heavy so far here in this end.
Yeah. Those are better.
Good weight. Just need to tighten you up. It's just stuck on that outside the 8-foot line and inside, you know? Like it's either.
Here's the next for Onodera in Japan.
Yep. 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 いいよいいよ。
With shot zone belonging to the Japanese in the back of the 4-foot, this rock would be great left, nice and high in the 4-foot. Just building a wall back here in the back of the 4-foot now.
And a pocket in this end is going to favor the team that's got last shot.
Yeah, it'll make that draw for the save much simpler.
Okay, you got it.
Yep.
Half dozen rocks in the house, all lurking behind the center line. And Corey Dropkin ready to add to the mix. Again, another close-up look at his release.
It's close.
Only wait.
Okay. Back 4 right now.
Lots of room.
Still heavy. They're just trying to go top button. Lots of room by the guard.
Jeez. Skating. This is great curling.
Building a wall.
Well, the good news is it's not one player that's having issues. Just about everybody has missed in that point with all of those a little deep.
Yeah, teams are just having a tough time picking up on the speed change here. It actually looks like speed's getting faster every rock that travels down that path.
3.7 でいいよね。3.7。
今3.5。
Still plenty of intrigue here with all of those rocks in play in the house.
This one also on a pretty wide line, lots of room by that center guard.
I mean, we could just hit and roll.
Pretty big mess here in the back of the house now.
Right?
Yeah, if you like that, then I'm okay with it.
Or just a straight draw. You can rub off. But I don't mind opening it up a bit. I
What
like
do you see?
opening it up a bit.
What's better for us?
If we come here, they're going to freeze and it's going to be hard to score too.
Then I'm okay hitting it. How much weight?
Control.
Corey can get thin off that
I was
red rock on the tee line and roll into the middle. Get some of these rocks moved around a little bit.
That's really good.
Okay.
Might be able to give them a chance for a multiple score.
Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Close. Whoa, close, yep. Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Like so.
Great call.
Well done.
Nice job.
Just a little chisel off that first rock. Able to squirt it through the hole. Team USA now lying 2. Still behind the tee line, but really changed the complexion of the end here with this little shot.
Great call, Sarah.
Good vision there by Sarah Anderson to see this. Little hit and roll.
Nifty little double for Corey Dropkin and Sarah Anderson. And suddenly, they're lying 2. Last for Japan now here in the 6th.
Another draw down this same path.
Yep, 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 yep. Go, 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 nogoshite. Yes, yes, yes.
This one on a much different line.
Yep, 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 yep. ないかな。ごめん。
And after all that, Team USA
What ice are you taking?
with a draw for 3.
I was thinking 3/4.
Okay.
You like that?
I mean, you're gonna make it, so yeah. Here we go. You know your draw weight.
So.
That looks good.
What do you think the speed is
I
of?
think it's pretty close, to be honest. I'm
And I have
like
so much backing, right? I just need to be half on the
we
floor.
can't touch our yellow. If anything, it's the red between the two.
That
yellows.
red one, yeah. Yep, yep, yep.
But give it to me, I'll get it there. I think it's like anywhere between a 13.5 and 14 right here.
Good conversation there, but it's important here to remember for Sarah, this is a draw for 3. She should probably eliminate that backing in her vision and just let Corey sweep this to the tee line. Oftentimes, when players try and throw a draw to backing, it's overthrown and it misses the backing altogether. This is just a
Go, 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 go.
open draw for 3.
Line's good. Line's good.
The weight's good too.
Their first score was a big 4 in the first. Their latest score is a huge 3 here in the 6th. It vaults the United States back on top of Japan on curling night.
Needed it.
Something like that, yeah.
Japan's 3 in the 5th, matched by the United States 3 in the 6th. The U.S. back in front. Jason Knapp alongside the Olympic bronze medalist, 8-time U.S. national champion Pete Fenson, Tanith White ice side along with the rest of our crew. Glad to have you with us for another edition of NBCSN Curling Night in America.
Lots of room.
So Pete, Japan used its power play to get that 3 a couple of ends ago, so they can't do that this time. How do they work back in now against Team USA?
Well, they definitely have to make a few more draws this end and throughout the remainder of the game. Had a little trouble last end with the speed, and that turned into a 3-spot back for Team USA.
The draw weight on point right now for Sarah Anderson. The beauty to get 3 to end the 6th end, and now perfect freeze for her and Corey Dropkin to start things in the 7th.
And such an important start to every end is that first freeze thrown by the team without the hammer.
Fujisawa Onodera not real enamored with their opening shot.
Fujisawa still struggling with that speed. Came up short in 6. Sich comes up short again in 7. So advantage Team USA now. Corey trying to follow Sarah's in turn.
Line's okay. Yep.
Top 12.
Yes. Hard. Hard.
To pull this right into the top of the forefoot.
Okay, we're rubbing the yellow.
Okay. Hold on.
Yep, yep, yep.
Well, that was not a 13 net, I bet.
I got a 14.5.
Corey comes up quite light there. You hear him talking to Sarah about that split time. They're always communicating about the speed on all these tracks and monitoring the changes.
So now with those two yellows positioned alongside one another, Onodera hoping maybe to clean out both right now.
He's got a chance to make a double peel on these two yellow rocks in front of the rings. Not bad, gets things opened up a little bit.
Yeah. Right? Same weight I just threw. I
Still
just threw it.
looking pretty good here for Team USA.
Is that the same ice?
It is.
Okay.
Corey with another in-turn draw attempt. Wouldn't mind stopping this a little short of the paint. Guarding shot rock.
Okay, line's okay.
Halfway.
Early if you can. Actually, line's fine. Line's fine.
A little
Line's
higher.
good. Where?
Weight's nice. Halfway tight.
Yep.
Tight.
Line's good.
Might be biting.
Whoa.
More of a line shot than a weight shot.
Biting.
Sit.
Because they can use those two red rocks also for cover.
Good job.
And stops in a real good spot. Good look there, what the Japanese have to deal with.
To bump them around.
Okay, so what are they doing? They're trying to run it back right now?
I think so.
Americans trying to figure out what the Japanese are going to play. And they'll think about what they've got to work with. Let's see about Onodera's offering.
Trying to run that yellow one into the pile. Get things opened up. That rock over curling. Little kiss on the corner guard.
Yeah.
Same shot, drag it another foot.
I like it right
Doesn't
here.
really help the Japanese all that much.
Right?
U.S. line 2.
We're probably just going to throw that guard back. See this little rub here, moves the corner guard over a bit. Runs the American stone into the pile. Almost taps that corner guard in to leave the Americans lying 3.
Think I'm a little bit more.
Line's good.
Corey just trying to replace
Just
that center
halfway.
guard.
Line's good. Yep. Yep. Hard.
Little light.
Yep. Keep it going, Corey. Go, go, go. Curl it. Hard. Okay. Line's good. Line's good. Yep. Yep. Go, 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 go.
Very light.
Looked a couple more feet out of that.
Harder slide.
See, there's an outturn hole now for the Japanese.
こっちでもいいよ。
ただちょっとラインがさ、
そうね。
オーバーカールすると思うんだよね。ワンがなかなかダブル狙おう。
By moving that red guard over
右の先に当
on
てる
their last shot, the Japanese have actually created a bit of a path now to the middle. Looks like Onodera now going to throw the in-turn through this hole. Looks like he might be able to kill both Yellowstones belonging to the Americans. Rock getting closer to the rings all the time.
They still have this, right?
That's fine.
So what if we freeze, though?
Yeah, just go right on top of it.
If we freeze, they don't have that, right?
Yeah.
Still 2 counters for Team USA. Thinking about how to best protect them right now.
Right?
Yeah,
Actually, this is
I think
probably
this
the
is
best
just
shot
a
right
draw
here.
to the top of the button.
Let me just look at it for a sec.
Should leave very little for the Japanese.
Guard it?
No, like top 12, top 8.
Right
that
on
way they
that
don't.
side.
That way they can't get to the one on the pin, and they can't get to the one on the.
They'd have to do the intern.
Yeah,
through
they
the
do
hole.
have that. Okay, let's go right here.
The intern would be really hard, though.
I'm okay with whatever you like. Either way, it's pretty close to the same line.
Okay, let's go for right to it.
You got it. Should
So
be
they're just
close
playing
on
the
speed.
out-turn draw.
We got a little down.
Assuming she makes this good, a score will be real tough for
Mine's
Fujisawa.
Where is it?
Top 12.
Yep. Straight then, straight. Where is it?
You gotta let sit.
Corey was going hard for distance,
That's
but the
pretty good,
further
Sarah.
it goes, the more it curls. He would have loved for that to maybe either go a few more feet on that line or actually hang a little and guard the double
9でいこうか。
and the draw at the same time. So not a bad outcome, but still left the Japanese with a shot for 1.
Japan working so hard to get back into this game. Tying it up after 5, only to see the United States streak ahead with 3 in the last end. Japan trying to at least get something done here as far as creeping back, and then hope to steal something in the 8th.
Clean. Whoa, clean. Whoa.
They've elected to play the out-turn double, coming off this Yellowstone on the side of the forefoot.
But it rolls the wrong way and may have rolled too far. It's definitely 1 for Team USA. Is it a pair?
I think it's 2.
Sarah Anderson thinks it's 2.
I think let's go 2.
And Japan agrees, or will we have a measurement? We'll measure. And we'll see the results of that when we come back.
What are we looking at?
As promised, a measurement requested and being executed at the end of the 7th
2 and an 8.
to find out who had second shot, if the U.S. gets 1 or 2, and the answer is the U.S. has 2.
So 2 yellow.
10-5 is now the score. With 1 end left, the Japanese, Pete, will try to see if they can put up 5 here against Team USA. Again, at our NBCSN Curling Night in America format. You can't concede. You've got to be run out of rocks in the final end. So the Japanese will see what happens as the U.S. tries to protect things here against their foes.
Okay, line's okay.
Wait, it's close.
Line's good. Line's good. Always straight.
And there are 6 rocks in play. They're able to count all 6. I've seen that a couple of times.
Hard. Over curling. Hard.
Okay. That's a great spot for it.
Good job.
Good start again for Sarah Anderson.
Good judge. Oh, 10 feet, 3.5.
Fujisawa near 50% overall. Again, the percentages normally for shooters lower than they are overall in a 4-player game, but that's quite low here even for mixed.
Yeah, that's definitely a little low. I would say, you know, 10 points maybe lower than a 4-person game is, I wouldn't say normal, but if I see that, I'm not real surprised.
Okay.
It's either the in-turn freeze or the out-turn tap.
I don't mind the out-turn tap. Play it tight if we tick the guard. It's not the end of the world.
Yep, just give me a back 4, okay?
Corey trying to come down with the out turn now and tap their own Yellowstone to the button.
84% shooting in mixed. Quality game from Corey Dropkin.
Back 4.
A good solid performance here in this game for Corey. Playing it tight to the guard. They don't mind rubbing the guard, but still trying to get it by and make this tap.
Stay on it, go, 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 go. Nice shot.
Oh, that's perfect.
Good job.
Nice line call.
Tap that right to glued. Shot Stone on the button. Onodera trying to follow Corey Dropkin down with the out turn. Actually advances that Yellowstone in. Looks like third shot now.
I'd say either peel or throw it away.
I mean, why don't you just come look? Just come down. We have plenty of time.
What?
Come down here.
Sarah wants Corey to have a look. There's not much here now for the Japanese, especially following that tap freeze made by
We're
Corey.
either gonna guard now for the rest of the end, or
they need to
peel.
find a way to make 5 rocks count. I'd
I
say
know.
either peel or throw it away. And right now this is helping us.
I know, that's why I'm saying you could come right here.
I'll practice my draw. Yeah.
Well,
that's fine. What do you think? Okay.
Right here.
Love it.
Actually pretty tough to make the wrong call here. They're in such good shape. Could peel the guard, just open things up and just
What do you think about this?
kill another rock in the house.
Corey Dropkin gonna get a little work in on the draw. Try to add to the U.S. domination here so far in this end.
Go ahead on it. Yep. Yep. Hard. Straight. Yep.
Just half.
Yep. Go, go, go. Okay.
Just
okay,
guarding the
okay,
pile.
go. Sit.
Sit, love.
Sit. That's good.
That's good. Okay.
Tough spot here for the Japanese. They got to get these rocks that are up in the top of the forefoot moved.
Without spilling very many of their own in the back of the house.
And that shot rock now frozen is still the problem rock for Team Japan. So they're trying to get that off the paint.
Hit this?
Yeah.
Give me a peel.
Yeah.
Open it for the win now. Corey just has to make this red rock go away. One of the few we don't see him jump up and sweep.
Good game.
Throwing it from well back, and that'll do it. No way for Team Japan to get the 5 to tie. And the concession coming now from the Japanese.
Good job, partner. Well done.
Dropkin and Anderson notch a W for Team USA.
Hey, Grandpa, Steven. Love you
Shout
all.
out to the family as the U.S. roars past Japan 10-5 on NBCSN Curling Night in America. NBCSN Curling Night in America has been brought to you by TeamUSAFund.org. Every donation matters. Show your support for Team USA. Visit TeamUSAFund.org to make a gift today. By the members and sponsors of USA Curling. By the World Curling Federation, proud supporter of curling everywhere. And by Toyota, going places. Now, the magic of mixed doubles on display tonight. Despite an early 4-point lead, things not secure for Team USA till Corey Dropkin removed that Japanese rock in the 8th. He and partner Sarah Anderson getting the win 10-5, and they're standing by to chat about it with Tanith.
All right, Sarah, Corey, congratulations. Things really got rolling there towards the end. How happy were you with how your strategy played out in this match?
You know, I think we really focused on our communication, and that helped us control every end. And I think we were hitting our weights better this game. So all in all, I think we're really happy with how we played.
Corey, Sarah mentioned your communication, obviously highly valuable to you guys. You spoke to me earlier this week about your friendship and how much you value that. How much of an advantage do you think that gives you in a game like this to have that trust with one another?
I think it's huge, especially when we get to a big start and sort of start to feel the game slipping a little bit. I think it's key to have a strong communication dynamic on the ice, and we do a really good job at supporting each other, and that's sort of what keeps us in the game and keeps us throwing great.
All right, guys, congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you.
So a nice win for the friendly pair that is Team USA and Dropkin and Anderson. And our Jägermeister shot of the game, Pete, this beauty from Corey in the 6th.
Corey makes this in turn. Chisel thin off the first one. Double. After Team USA has been struggling, they lie 2 and really set up the 3 spot in this end.
That put the U.S. back in front to stay. Our Jägermeister shot of the game. Another look at 2 for the price of 1 for the Americans. The other scores from this latest draw, including Italy over Scotland, also putting up 10 points in its win in mixed doubles. The Scottish women do not fare as well. Team Japan with the victory 6-4. And Jamie Sinclair, the United States team, playing its first game of this competition. And the Americans falling to Italy by a final count of 8-6. So the overall race, Top Nation brings home the American Cup at the end of things on NBCSN Curling Night in America. Right now, Italy top of the standings with the United States, Scotland, and Japan all trying to get in front of Team Italy. Next week, we'll see Team Scotland in women's action against Jamie Sinclair in the United States. Pete, our first full look at Team Sinclair. Jamie's got multiple U.S. national titles to her credit, but a new look for this team.
Yeah, following 3 U.S. championships in a row. Jamie now with a couple of new teammates. Corey Christensen has come to play 3rd, and Vicky Persinger in the 2-hole.
Taylor Anderson operating as the lead. We'll see Team Sinclair and Team Scotland coming next week. On this night, Corey Dropkin and Sarah Anderson, a marvelous pair, picking up a 10-5 win against Japan. For Pete Fenson, Tanith White, and the rest of our crew, thanks for joining us, and thanks for making this night another great night of NBCSN Curling Night in America.